How do you bring a series like the John Wick films to a satisfying end? Do you kill him? Does he kill everybody and win? Or does he just simply get to walk away? The Wick series has effectively ramped up in scale with each film. The sets get bigger and more elaborate, and the fights get more intense and extremely satisfying. The world that John Wick exists in gets larger with each film. We get to see more locations, more characters, and we get to see more into this organization that all these assassins operate in. But the thing that really connects each film together is the consequences for every action. The first John Wick introduces us to the Baba Yaga, an almost mythical being, a man of focus who will stop at nothing until he gets what he wants, to kill who he needs to kill. The unstoppable force that is John Wick gets pulled back into this world of violence after the death of his wife and the death of his dog. An eye for an eye. We see as John will stop at nothing to avenge his wife's memory. This triggers a chain of events, and as John gets pulled back into this world, so do the ghosts that he brings with him, the enemies that he has made, and the favors that he owes. When John is presented with a marker, the tool that is used to present a debt that is owed, it's a blood oath. He pleads for the crime boss to not ask him to do this. John finds himself getting pulled further into this world of violence and leaving hundreds of bodies in his wake. He is set up, double-crossed, and betrayed, and in the end, the only way to end this is to break the rules. He takes a life on continental grounds, which is strictly forbidden. Becoming excommunicated and having a hefty bounty on his head, John gets pulled even deeper into this world that he chose to leave. Still, he fights, holding on to the memory of Helen, his wife, and anybody that gets in his way, he will kill them. That isn't a threat, that is a promise. In the latest chapter, we're asked, where will it end? How many lives does John have to take before it ends? What other consequences will he have to face? Everybody that he kills could be a brother or a sister, a father or a son or a daughter. Who will come next? John kills the elder, the head of the high table, who tells him that he will just simply be replaced by another. If John is an unstoppable force, then the high table is an immovable object. Is he destined to keep pushing this boulder up the hill for it to just keep rolling back to the bottom again? Every life that John has taken has led us to this point. Everybody who has faced John or helped him has felt the effects of the Baba Yaga. In this fourth film, we see the impact that John has had on the people around him. If they help aid him, it usually doesn't end well for them. John racks up a body count of over 400 in the short time that his journey has started, and we're left to wonder if it's worth it. We don't want John to lose, but there has to be a way for all of this to end. In order for things to go back to the way they were, John must either die or find a way for his sins to be absolved. We learn through Winston, the former manager of the New York Continental, that if John were to belong to a family of the high table, he could challenge the Marquis to a duel, and if he wins, everything gets set back to the way they were. Winston can have his hotel, and John can go back to retirement. John only has to kill one more person to reset things. The perfect solution for an action series that has reshaped the genre, making the stunts bigger and the action more realistic. John Wick will be remembered as one of the greatest action series of all time, with each film in the series holding up to or setting a new standard for action films, incorporating high stakes and incredible world building, using beautiful cinematography and insane set pieces to build something extraordinary and unique. Finding new ways to have John fight through armies of people, whether it's in a nightclub or a crowded intersection with cars driving by, or in a cramped corridor that switches to an overhead shot that pays homage to the Minority Report, or having John fight his way up a staircase just to be thrown back to the bottom, symbolizing the journey that John has been on. When watching a Wick film, you're not watching for mindless violence. You're watching a masterfully crafted film. I believe that John Wick 4 is the best conclusion to the John Wick story, but there's so much more to explore in this world. Spin-offs of other characters is something I would like to see as long as it's held to the same standard as the Wick films. As of recording this, Chapter 5 has yet to be confirmed, but there are hints that they have something in the works. I don't know what that would look like, but if it's a direct sequel, I think it would kind of ruin the beauty of this final film. Exploring prequel territory would be fun, but I don't know if calling the film Chapter 5 is such a good idea. I think if they let John's story end with this film, it would be the perfect final chapter. I rated John Wick Chapter 4 a 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. My link will be in the description if you want to follow that. You can see some of the other reviews that I have that I didn't make a video on. But if you want to subscribe, I will be making more shorter reviews like this one, and possibly more long-form essays. There just takes a lot of time to write. But that's all for now, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!